right, how's it going here? Hope everybody's having a good day today. Today is a Sunday. You see here the 24th. You got to watch people around here. So I know a lot of y'all probably getting ready to go on your little summer vacations. Man, school going to be here before you know it. I think for many places like Utah, up there where my kids go to school, it'll be like the middle of next month, like the 14th, something like that. So yeah, and then you guys want to be careful about the extreme heat. Really, no matter where you go, particularly like in the south, a lot of places up north, it's going to be hotter than average temperatures. Particularly if you go to hang out in Vegas, where I live. Right, the last I don't know 4 or 5 days has been like 120, 119. But look, I want to talk about to the family about this Fed now. There wasn't really a lot actually to talk about that really hold it weight. Okay, if y'all don't know what the Fed now is, and I think I talked vaguely about that before in another topic that had to do with money, okay, or the Cash App system. Fed now is a program that they're going to do that is attached to the bank to your account, to where you could be able to get your money instantly. All right. Now it's just going to replace some of the older uh, payment methods, like if you get a check or if you get that's it. If you don't have a bank account, believe it or not, there's still a lot of people that don't have a bank account. But okay, either a check or they had this direct deposit. I can remember that came out like 30 years ago. Okay, uh, where you would, but see the thing with the direct deposit was unless you already had that money already reserved. See, your pay period could end, say for example, like on a Friday or Saturday. You don't get that money till what 3 or 4 days later, probably to like the middle of the week, something like that. Okay. Uh, and one thing I didn't know was Cash App. But let's talk about Zelly. It could be attached to a bank, but let's say if you want to pay through Zelle, okay, uh, they just send it like the money to the recipient as a front, okay, until the money comes in to whatever account, okay, of the sender, or take it out maybe like a day later. I know that happens on Cash App. Okay, if you want to, if I want to send a payment to somebody, okay, or a donation, it'll send it to them directly, and it'll take it out of my account the next day. All right. So, but like I said, the Fed Now program is able to move everything instantaneous. Okay. So with the Fed Now, it goes to the recipient. When you get paid the same day, the money gets taken out of that master account of the job the same day, and it's controlled by the Federal Reserve. All right. So this is a way of the government, number one, having more control, and then number two, uh, the government monitoring these accounts and so forth. Okay, like Fed, about where it's going to and how it's being used. Now it's one of the things where it'll work wonders. Okay, if you need that money like right away, so they don't have to, people that get paid, they don't have to really wait 3 or 4 days anymore, because they have bills or whatever else they need to use that money for. So that's good. But at the same time, if the government needs to, they can monitor these accounts. And I'm just thinking when it comes to things like that, particularly like for the IRS or now with these school loans, that they could make a decision. I'm just saying that for example, I'm just telling you what they could do. All right, the IRS could subpoena to the Fed government if you got the Fed Now, or I don't know if they call it the staff loan, but when you borrow money, school, you borrow federal money, okay? Well, they could send a subpoena to that bank and they could garnish, you know what I'm saying, some that money out of your account, okay, prior to you getting it, okay? Or let's say instead of you getting like a refund, a tax refund, if you owe money to the IRS, they're going to take that refund, but they just won't give it to you. You see what I'm saying? Until whatever debt that you owe is satisfied. So this is actually going to start at close to the end of the month. Okay, so yeah, probably sometime like late this week, if it hadn't already started. At the same time, this BRICS system overseas started with this cryptocurrencies is backed up by gold. Okay, and like countries like China, Russia, Brazil, and that's how they're going to do it. But it's going to take a couple of years to ingratiate the system fully, and we still don't know. Like we're finding more details out about it, but we don't know the parameters in which, let's say, if the bank is going to be charged any money or. All right, so I think we don't know everything about it, but there's several, maybe a couple of dozen banks that signed up for it. Okay, I'm kind of interested to know if employees can opt into it or opt out. Now I know they can opt into some, just depending on the bank, the direct deposit. Okay, we don't know that yet, but I did say this, and I've said this before. Okay, again, it's all about having a control account for every cent. But I think that they were lenient when I say they, the government, would bring this thing all the way out because of the flaws, the pushback, and then there would probably be a lot of politicians that would be caught up, okay, in things like tax and school debt and things like that, and child support. That's why, and I made that made that out during that Cash App video I did. I don't know, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, when Bob Lee had passed away, the founder. Okay, so me, I figure I'm gonna wait till this thing comes down 2-3 years from now, to where if it's mandatory, I have no other choice but to get it. So that'll be interesting. So that's all. I want to let you know that changes are going to be coming soon. Probably next year is going to be a big year for that. So probably look for that, and look also for this cryptocurrency banking system. Probably again late next year, 2025. Okay, that'll be a conversation for another day. Okay, where cryptocurrencies are going to be ingratiated into the banking system. So do your research. All right, so that's good. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, okay? That is in on it. You will understand this when it comes to decision making in my home, in my family, and so forth. Okay, that as far as that, my business is gonna be ran tight. Okay, I don't need no damn interference or whatever. Okay, from a third party, and you know who you are. I would hate to have to call you out after I did say that I was going to try to turn the cheek, and I tried very hard. So I said this, and I'm going to say it again. If I go back to my old self, I'm not going to go back, okay? Like I say, you may get an unexpected call, email, or visit. What's in place is in place, all right? I don't need no third party, and I don't need no instructions on decision making, okay? Particularly if you don't have your own house in order. I ain't listening, and I don't even want to hear it. Okay, so don't call yourself going to alter me, because I don't know what do you plan on doing. I don't know what you plan on doing, but let's say 9.5, maybe 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. Okay, so pluck the log out of your own eye before you try to pluck the log out of my eye.